Hey guys, how's it going? It is Carter here, and today we are back with UMRV FarmSim22 Rags to Riches Challenge. The challenge where we start with $1 and see how far we can get. In the last episode, we finished by starting our chopping project. As you can see, we are continuing. We finished off camera all of the fertilizer contracts just because there was a lot. And I want to have as much money as possible to begin the video, so that way by the end we can possibly buy a new vehicle. I'm in a weird spot here, so we are actually just going to head to the other end of the field. I think I'm going to finish this load, unhook, bring it to the farm, and then bring the 7810 back to here to do this field. I think that's what the plan is. We also have our combine going in our soybean fields. So today, like I said in the last episode, is all about finishing silage and finishing our soybeans. And if we have time, getting to our bean straw, which hopefully we will have time. Let me change this to 5 times speed. This field should go by fairly quick. I would have preferred to have merged it so that it went by even quicker, but we didn't really, well, we did merge it, but I think next time we are going to rent the belt merger, so that way we can push essentially two or three rows into one big row. That's what we do. It's what on one of the farms I worked on, it's what we did in real life, so it does save a lot of time. I don't know if something this small, this chopper, would probably struggle with how big of rows we were doing with on our self-propelled chopper we worked with. But that's the fun thing about playing farm sims. You can kind of stretch the truth just a little bit. And we are almost full, so we will stop. Pull back up a little bit and unhook. Pull this back ahead. And obviously, at some point, I would like to, buy this as our own setup. I'm not sure if I want to buy the pull behind like this, or if I want to try to save up for the self-propelled chopper. We will take a look at that in a minute. This is obviously far more budget. These chopper boxes are extremely expensive, though, for literally only serving one purpose for us, so it's kind of going to be hard to justify buying more than one chopper box. But once we get autoplay going, or auto drive going, I think it's going to be worth it. So yeah, we will head back. As you can probably see somewhere, he's hiding somewhere over here. The combine is going. I believe I had set the header right. I was having problems on the harvesting contract we did on this field, where it was leaving strips, and it's defaulting it to a full meter wider than it actually is. So I think I fixed that. I just need to remember to do that every time I load course play with that combine. But yeah, other than that, it's been working fantastic. The 80s or 7810 was unloading our gravity box from our small field. So I think what we're going to do is actually swap trailers. So we're going to give this guy the gravity box and the 7810 the chopper box. I'm not sure how we're going to do this yet. I think I'm going to leave the white with the gravity box, just so that way the combine keeps moving. And then once we're done with the silage, then we'll start on hay or straw. I think it's not going to be too hard to get all this done in one episode. It's just going to be a lot to do. But yeah, right now silage is still our main priority, and I haven't actually checked at where we're at for silage. I'm hoping we get a fairly good amount. If each load is 30,000 liters, I would assume it probably converts to maybe 25,000 liters of silage, I'm hoping. We'll turn around to the farmyard here. Obviously, in real life, you would not be leaving the PTO hooked up like this. And I think we're gonna have that weird thing where, yeah, it's gonna try to unload from the back first. And then you can back up and unload from the regular spot. I butchered that, my word. Believe it or not, I used to do this in real life with not too much problem, but apparently in farm sim it's a bit of a struggle for me. Actually, we are gonna unhook this guy. Like I said, we're gonna get him going on the gravity box right away, so we'll actually... It's gonna get tight in the farmyard here. Pull this guy around. And I was going to give the 7810 a wash, but we ran out of time. We did have to repair it off camera. It was at like 1% health, basically. So it got repaired. That cost like $3,800. I repaired our fertilizer spreader. That cost like another $2,500. And as you can see, they're both already at probably 80%-ish. So we'll get him unloaded, and then we will grab the gravity box and head over to the field. While we're driving, I would just like to thank you guys for all the new subscribers and welcome you guys to the new channel, or all the new subscribers to the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I appreciate everyone who has been watching, especially those who have been returning viewers. I appreciate that very much. If you do have any input or suggestions or, you know, anything to say, feel free to leave a comment down below. Like I said, I just very much appreciate everyone who has been watching. Like I said, today's plan is to basically save up for a new tractor, and I think it's actually going to be fairly doable, just because if we get the straw done, the straw is what's going to give us that nice cash bonus, so it's pretty important that we get the straw done today. And if we don't get it done today, then I'm at least going to try to bale everything, that way we can haul everything to the city in the next episode. We'll leave him here. We'll see where the combine's at. Okay, no, we will actually head around. And we should be able to catch him. There's nothing in the gravity box right now, so there's nothing really slowing us down too much. And I'm still absolutely loving having a gravity box on the farm as opposed to some random European trailer. I think as far as our grain setup, we're just going to probably hold off on a semi for now. Just because I don't plan on, after how big of a disaster that last harvesting contract was, I don't plan on taking it anymore unless it's like very close to Suncor, so that way the travel time is very short. Obviously, like I said, if I had auto drive, it'd be a whole different story, but I haven't had time to learn it yet, so we have auto drive, but we don't really know how to use it yet. So once we get that, maybe some other contracts will be more viable, but for now, if we do a contract, it's gonna have to go to Suncor. It's gonna have to be very close to it. But I think we're gonna double up. God damn, dude. I think we're gonna double up on gravity boxes, and then eventually try to get 4 of them, so that way 2 tractors can be hauling at the same time. That's how I think we're gonna try to play it. What if I just block him? Nope, he doesn't care. But yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do, and then maybe a small auger wagon as well if we get a 3-tractor setup going, so that way it can just be kind of all nicely done in course play. And this is a horrible field to try to empty out along the headland here like this. Yeah, once we get this thing full, I actually want to check just to remind myself when soybeans get sold. I don't quite remember. I believe it was, I want to say July, I think. June or July. But, don't quote me on that. But yeah, so far I'm very happy with how the farm's turning out. Our cows I think got it, like, brought in like $3,800 today for milk, so that's pretty good. They still have quite a bit of feed left, so I'm not too worried about that. And he is empty, so we're just going to stay. Actually, we'll pull off to the other end, the edge of the field, so that way we're not in his way. You can close that auger, buddy. So yeah, we will pull over here. Pull off into the grass, so that way we're as far out of the way as possible. We will get the 7810 hooked up to the chopper now, which in my opinion is a little bit better of a fit, a little bit more realistic and believable in my opinion. It's looking like we're going to have a decent turnout for straw, especially since we have this extra field now. I think we made, I think it was close to $30,000 last year on just our leased field alone, and having this other small field have straw as well is going to be hopefully very, very profitable for us. I think we might try to do square bales this year just because they are bigger and hold far more, so I think it'll take less trips, hopefully. But we will see when it comes time to lease some equipment. And I'm not entirely sure where that combine's going. I think he's starting at the other end of the field, so that tractor should be plenty out of his way. And we are going to gamble and just, oh god, did I time this wrong? Nope, perfect timing, planned. Definitely planned. As you can see, the colors have changed as well on the map. It is now well into fall. And one thing I do love about this game, but also hate it just because the lighting can be frustrating sometimes, is I do like that once you're into October, November, and even into the winter months, it does get darker way earlier and gets lighter way later. So 10 out of 10 for realism, also just 10 out of 10 for kind of getting frustrating sometimes, because there's like no daylight sometimes. But yeah, like I said, I'm having lots of fun with this playthrough, so let's get hooked back up. What I should have done is gotten the plowing configuration so I could take my right dual off, so that way it's not interfering with the row at any point. It's not doing too bad of a job right now, but in real life, that's what we always did, was we took our right dual off. That way it would never hit the grass row. But in this game, it doesn't really matter either way. It's just more for a personal preference. And just because of how kind of wonky this chopper is, just since it's off to the side, we're going to do every other row so that we're not turning so tight. And I think we're going to... Actually, we forgot to check how much silage we got, but I think we're going to get a lot. And also, I think it's going to take a lot longer than I thought it was, just because there's quite a few rows here. Luckily, we are making pretty good time. We're in the middle of the field now where there was far less grass. But yeah, far more of a yield than I thought we were going to get, honestly. I was expecting like 2 or 3 loads from this field. And obviously, we have gotten far more than that already, so we're about to get far more than that. So yes, very happy with how this field is turning out for us. I think it was one of the better purchases we've made so far. You know, I don't think we've made too many bad purchases yet, honestly. I'm not sure how we want to play this corner here. This is kind of awkward. I think we're going to try to do a little something down here. It's always easier to turn left in when you're pulling a chopper, grab a chopper box, rather than turn right, obviously. So we will head back down. Could have probably just hit the end row, but if we're gonna follow every other row, we might as well just stick to it. Unfortunately, Courseplay, if I recall, would not let us do 2 headlands while raking, so that was unfortunate. It's be something to keep in mind for next time. So maybe I'll have to go and manually make 2 headland rows once Courseplay finishes. As you can see, our poor 7810, its paint is starting to see better days. It is definitely getting its money's worth. We already have 13.9 hours. I can't believe we have that many hours on this poor tractor. It is pretty much worked non-stop since we bought it. But like I said, we're getting our money's worth out of it. It's definitely served us very well and made us a lot of money. So it is very hard to complain about this tractor. The white, it served its own purpose, but yeah, this thing is it's done a lot for us already. I think we're actually gonna head down to this side of the field, and it should make it a little easier, hopefully, to turn. Even though I am completely wrong on that, I think it actually might be a little harder to turn, just because now we are turning right, and as I said about 2 minutes ago, turning right is much more difficult with a chopper. So we have to take a nice wide turn in here. Not too bad. We're almost full. And I think for now, I am just going to cut back when we get back from unloading, just because we're going to be making a lot of trips. So I will be back in a minute. And we are back, you guys. I think I am just going to jump into a time lapse, just because there's still a lot we need to get done today, and I may run out of time to do everything in this video. So we're going to try to get through this as fast as possible. So yeah, I will be back when this is done. Guys, as we finish up our first silage harvest, I am going to leave the chopper box here. I'm going to unhook from the chopper itself. We will return the chopper, and then we're actually going to get our hay equipment, or our straw equipment, at least the first part of it, delivered. So I'm still not entirely sure. I think we're going to go with this trailer again. We're going to lease probably 2 of these so we have both tractors going. I think that's the best option right now. And then for a baler, what can we get that can do 180 is it centimeter round bales? These are 125. Possibly the Kubota, that's 125. It's probably gonna be something pretty expensive. That's not too bad. 57,000. Actually, let's go with the Vermeer just because I just think the Vermeer stuff is so clean looking. Lease it for 2,800. That's not too terrible. And we are just going to instantly start with the baling, so we can get as much done. We are actually kind of quickly running out of time here. It's already 3 in the afternoon. Today is we're going much slower than I anticipated, but I do think we're going to get most, if not all, done today. It looks like the combine is pretty much almost done with the field, so harvest for sure is done. The baling just might not get all done today. And I think we're going to start the big field just because it's what's going to make us the most money the quickest. So we'll start with the big field and then finish with our owned field. And I think we're going to start on the other end. Just so we are just still completely out of the way of Mr. Combine. And we're going to do we'll do the headlands last, maybe, just so the bales stay out of our way. And yeah, I hate to jump into another time lapse, but there is a lot of baling to get done here, guys. So yeah, we are going to jump into another time lapse. I know it's a lot for today, but I will see you guys when we get closer to being done. It is now about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun is starting to set, so working hours are kind of getting not that great. I decided that me just doing the time lapse and having only one tractor running was not efficient. It burned a lot of time, so I got the white hooked up to the baler, and that one is set on the Combine's course plate, and it seems to be doing okay. We bought another Brent gravity box just because I was looking, and canola actually sells today, basically, is supposed to be what the highest amount is for canola, and I believe we got all this canola from field 46 when we bought it. I'm pretty sure is where this came from. I didn't even look at the price of Suncor. Suncor is not fantastic, but I think it's about as good as it's going to get, especially for the time we have. So yeah, we will not, unfortunately, sell any bales today, but I mean, bales can be sold any day. So I'm going to leave the worker running, and we'll for sure get that field done before the next episode. And then in the next episode, we should have several loads to sell, probably. So yeah, we're going to end it on this sale. We'll see how much we make. I'm hoping it's a decent amount. Canola doesn't really sell for like a ton, but it is 31,000 liters, so hopefully we'll at least make our money back on the gravity box, and then the bales will put us hopefully back to kind of where we are almost looking to buy a tractor. And speaking of tractors, I also wanted to kind of take a look at any daily deals, possibly. I kind of forgot about it. And unfortunately, no, there's no daily deals on tractors. The tractor I am looking at, I'm going to make sure I stop moving before I go and start clicking through some menus. And I think for the sake of time, we're actually going to drive the wrong way. There's nobody else around. The workers want to go home, so we will just save them the time. But yeah, so this is going to be the end of today. I know I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I feel like we're still making decent progress. We're going to have everything done by winter for sure. Tomorrow is December, so we'll have the bales done by snowfall. Unless snowfall comes early this year. But yeah, let's get both these trailers unloading. There we go. Oh, that's too far ahead. Perfect. And let's take a look at tractors quick. So, one thing I'm trying to avoid is an articulated tractor right now, just because none of the implements we have really warrant an articulated tractor. So that limits what we can get, really. So, I was looking at possibly this. This is about 100K above what we have now, but if we get the same yield and pay for for the bales as we did the last time, we'll probably make between 30 and 40,000, which is a staggering amount of money for straw bales, but I'm not going to complain. And I was thinking the other option is this, one of these two. Basically the same price. I didn't check to see what the power comparison is. So this would be, the case would be more power, but being a John Deere guy, I'd kind of prefer John Deere. But either way, I think those are the two we're going to be gunning for, unless some wicked sale happens tomorrow. We're actually going to probably start watching this more often. But yeah, so that is the plan. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have a bales to sell, and we are going to accept that as well. We're going to take all the fertilizing contracts we can get, as we have been this entire time, and we'll do that as well tomorrow. But yeah, I think I'm still possibly going to lease 2 bale trailers, because I'm thinking we should probably be able to fit almost, if not all, of the bales on 2 trailers and just make one trip with Follow Me. But that will be for tomorrow. Also, I wanted to see how much I ended up emptying out the last chopper box. Let's see how much silage we ended up with. And we ended up with 260,000 liters of silage. So, pretty decent yield. And I don't know what the heck just happened there. But a pretty decent yield for a last-minute cutting in November, or October, I guess. So I'm not going to complain about that. I'm actually very happy with that. And I'm sure the cows will be as well, and so will our bank account. So I think everything is going very, very well on the farm. And I hope you guys have, once again, been enjoying the series. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions for any mods or ideas of how we could better the series, or if you just want to see me try something, I will definitely consider it. Just leave it in the comment section down below. And if you have been enjoying, hit that like button. If you have not yet, subscribe. And that's going to be it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.